So somebody asked me the question. I want to grow. I want to tap into the spirit. I want to go deeper in the spirit. How do I get there? I want to know, how do I get there? I really want to get there. And that is the whole reason why I'm teaching the things that I'm teaching. Listen, this is a class. Every Friday when we come to Spirit Fridays, my joy, my strength, my passion is in the spirit. When it comes to spiritual things, that is when you have me at its best. So I'm excited that I get this opportunity to teach all of us to come deeper in the realms of the spirit. All I will ask is that you have patience with me, because I want to break everything down and teach you step by step. That is what Spiritual Friday is all about. That you would come into spirituality and you would come into a place where you have your authority right in your hands, where you decide what happens to you. I want to continue where I got to last week, and I was teaching you last week that when we die, our memory, our spirit self is not seen by anybody. The reason why the Spirit of the Most High needs to come into this vessel, it's more like when you watch those astronaut movies and when they get into the realms, or when you get to other planetaries and other heavenly bodies, you see they are in a suit, and in the suit there's an oxygen tank at the back, and that is how they breathe. So see this body as a suit that we need to come into this dimension. And this dimension, we don't have that, we don't breathe the same air that we used to when we were in the dimension before we got to this dimension. So the only how for us to breathe properly in this dimension is that we receive this breath of the Most High, the Spirit of the Most High, so that we can walk in this suit and breathe properly. That is why the minute you lose your breath, you are gone to the next dimension. It's just like those who visit the dimensions, or what we call the other planetaries. The minute they are out of air, their world is almost crashing, because the air they take in the suit is what gives them the ability to move and have their being in the other spiritual bodies or planetaries. So in every human body, like I was explaining from last week, you can see this duality, this dual being, this physical being that we have, and the spiritual being, which is your soul. And I told you, your soul is not seen by the naked eyes. Your soul is not seen by the physical eyes, but it doesn't also mean that your soul does not exist. When you are talking and you pay attention to the voice that is coming out of your mouth, you would realize that the voice is echoing something that is coming from deep within. That is the real you. That is the other side of you. That is the side of you that we don't see every single day. The scripture explains in Psalm 139, verses 13 to 16, it says, "You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb." You made all the inner parts. So the inner part, your organs, everything within you, he made it all together, and he knitted it. The Most High knitted it. The other version says, "You formed my inner part and you covered me in my mother's womb." So it's beautiful. You formed my inner part and you covered me in my mother's womb, and you covered me in my mother's womb. So first, this is how creation begins, of every human being. Every woman is a creator. Every woman is a creator. Every woman creates the child within you with the help of the Most High, or the creative force, or the creative being. So you knitted my innermost part, right? You knitted my innermost part. You formed me, and you covered me in my mother's womb. So the me there is not the body. The me there is not this physical body. The me there is your soul. So David was referring to his soul, and he says what? You covered me. You covered my soul, my innermost part. Whew. Listen, you covered my are you getting the picture? So the innermost part is where the soul is hidden. The soul is not hidden in the outermost part. It's not hidden in your flesh. The soul of every man is hidden in your innermost part, in your organs. We'll come to it in a few minutes, but I just wanted to show you, because what I'm about to show you, a lot of people will think that, oh, this is yoga, or this is the Buddhists or the yogis or something like that. No, this has nothing to do with the Indian mystic. This is a fact about our spirituality. Our fathers knew these things. Our fathers knew these things. So we call the soul a kra. What kra? What kra? You see, I believe it's coming from the word okra. Okra diemu. Holding it together. Okra diemu. Okra. You understand? I believe that's where the word is coming from. So the soul is covered within your mother's womb. Read it. I'm not making this up. Read it from Psalm 139. It says, you covered me. After you formed me, so you formed the soul. When you formed the soul, like the brains, the heart, the cells, the kidneys, all these parts. When you formed these parts, because these parts are what is actually being knitted together to make this vessel move. So the engine of everyone is what your soul is hidden in. Your soul is not hidden in this body. Your soul is hidden in the engines of your body. And he said that you formed me within, and you covered me. Whoa. You covered me. You understand? You took time to cover me, to put a covering around me. You did that. Let's continue. I would praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. This is something that every single person got to put at the back of your head. You are not just an accident. I don't care how you came into this world. You are not an accident. You didn't come here by mistake. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. The only reason why I'm using scripture is because I need you to get comfortable with what I'm saying, in the sense that I am not saying something too far-fetched from what you already know. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your work, and that my soul knows very well. My soul knows how marvelous your works are. So David here is trying to separate the soul from the body. He's trying to what? Separate the soul from the body. Telling you that there's a difference between the soul and the body. And the soul is an entity on its own, and the body is also another entity on its own. Are you getting the picture? So Psalms is making us understand that, or David got the revelation and understood the fact that my soul is separate from my physical being. And I am hidden, not in this body. I am hidden in my innermost being. You'll understand it very soon. I am hidden in my innermost being. And this body is a covering. So it's like I'm hidden within a layer that is covered. I am hidden within a layer that is covered by this body. Do you get how deep it is? So it is a process. For you to understand spirituality, you need to begin to uncover these layers. So if you want to raise your energies, raise your spirit, you cannot raise your spirit in this physical form, in this physical body. You need to raise your spirit, which is hidden in your organs. Your soul is seated in your organs. Your spirit is seated in your organs, not in your body. Because when you cut this body right now, you will not see your soul. Because your soul is hidden. You get what I'm saying? So your spiritual self is broken down to so many segments, so many compartments. Part of your spiritual self is in your brain. Other part of your spiritual self is in your eyes. Some are in your throat. Some are in your heart. Some are in your kidneys. Some are in your spleen. Some are in your sex organs. Others are in your cells. These are the places that your spiritual self and your soul is contained in, is engulfed in. So as your physical self is perceived by every single person around you, even a baby will know, even animals can perceive your physical self. Your spiritual self cannot be perceived by anybody. Nobody can really see except the person is trained in that department to be able to perceive. Okay, so let me set an example. We all know the organ, the brain, right? We all know the organ, the brain. But when we talk about the mind is not seen. The mind cannot be quantified. Because the mind is the spirit within, or the soul within the brain. The brain is that which covered your mind. The processing. When your brain is activated and invoked, then your mind begins to operate. So your mind lives in your brain. Your mind, which is your soul, it lives in your brain, and your spirit lives in your heart. Why? Because memory, the base of memory is seated in your mind, in your brain, sorry. The base of your memory is seated in your brain, while the heart, the center of your heart is the seat of your spirit. Do you get what I'm saying? The center of your heart is the seat of your spirit. So every organ within your body is containing a spiritual aspect of you, but it's not perceived by the eyes. The brain is the physical form, the mind is the spiritual form. Brain physical, mind spiritual. Mind is the soul, heart, the heart organ. Physical, your spirit, which sits in the heart, spiritual. Are you getting how it works? That is why if you want to get spiritual, or if you want to operate in the spiritual dimension, the first thing you got to do is to be able to distance yourself from your spiritual entities. Is to distance this flesh that you have from the spiritual self. Let me try to set an example. Like I said, this is a classroom. Here we come here to learn. If you're ready to learn, you come here. If you feel you already know, then this is not a place for you. Because here I'm teaching from the very basic. So let me show you how you will start. Because I told you the combination of the physical dimension and the spiritual dimension is what comes together to bring a balance in the spiritual realm. So if you want to get access or penetrate, or if you want your prayers to hit certain dimensions in the spirit, you learn first and foremost to distance yourself from this body, right? So let me set an example. Try to, again, this is my vessel for my libation. This vessel contains my liquid for my libation. So I'm putting this in front of me. Okay? Spiritual exercise. I'm trying to teach you how to distance yourself from your physical essence. How to distance yourself from your physical essence. So watch this. I showed you there's a bottle in front of me, right? Okay. I need you to focus. Pick a bottle. Okay, let me give you 2 seconds. Go look for a bottle. Any bottle. Go look for something. Go look. This is a classroom. Here we are here to learn. So look for anything. I want something that you can put your attention to. As we read from the Psalm, your innermost part is covered by your outermost part. Okay? Your innermost part is covered by your outermost part. So I'm come to show you how you can begin to see or project your innermost part. That easy. I just want to show you how you can sense or know or distance yourself from the innermost part. Okay? So this is an empty box, right? If you could get something like this, anything, just get anything empty. Just make sure it's empty. Anything empty. Okay? Make sure you get anything empty. This is a class. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to teach you step by step. This is a spiritual class. Listen, we haven't gotten anywhere. This is still the foundational level. So I'm just teaching you how to understand things from the foundational level. As we get to the foundational level, we will begin to climb step by step to get into the deeper things. But at the same time, teaching you to understand what the spiritual principles are and why we invoke names, why we pour libation, why we build altars, why we speak and invoke powers into altars. So I'm come to show you, this is an empty container, right? Very empty. I'm come to show you how to transform weight from your members, because I need you today. By the time we are done with today's class, I want to teach you how to distance yourself from your body every time you feel heavy, or every time you are stressed, or every time something is bothering you, or every time something you feel heavy. Basically, yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Because from the Psalms we just read that you should be able to distance yourself. He says what? You have hidden me in my innermost part, and you have covered me. So as your brain is the physical container of your consciousness, of your memory, of your mind, the same way your heart is the physical container of your spirit. And you can distance yourself easily from this body, from your heart and from your brain. You can, your memory can walk out of your brain and begin to work. Your spirit can walk out of your heart and begin to work outside your body. So don't forget, I told you to put a vessel that you can see physically in front of you and get an empty box. I'm sure everybody has gotten that by now. If you haven't gotten it, I'm giving you 1 more minute. Please, everybody run, go and get an empty container, and also get something that you can see in front of you. Okay? Anything that you can see in front of you. As we are waiting for everybody to get their container and the vessel in front of them that they can channel their attention to. So the container is coming to deposit heaviness on you, and this vessel you are going to project or see and try to distance yourself from this body and get it close to this vessel in front of you. Okay, get it close to this vessel in front of you. And this container, we are going to take out everything that is heavy on you. maybe pain, deep hurt, deep pain within your heart, something that somebody had done. So what we are literally doing is that we are going to free the heart. I'm going to teach you to free the heart and offload everything that is heavy in your heart into this empty container, and also project your mind. Let your mind walk, distance yourself from this physical sense into this, to this vessel right in front of you. So I have nothing here. There's emptiness. I already have my candles right behind me. Nothing. If I can, there's nothing here apart from my candles all around, and of course, my little altar. I have a little altar here. That's all I have. So nothing. This is pure you. This is me teaching you how to access that which stays, that which lies within you. That's all I'm doing. Okay, I believe by now everybody has gotten their empty containers and they have their vessel in front of them. So I just need you to sit in a very comfortable position, right? Put the container in front of you. Put a container in front of you. We'll hold it a minute. I just need you to sit very comfortably, okay? Very comfortably. And I need you to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, whilst you are breathing in and out, I don't want you to make any noise, okay? Don't make any noise at all. So let's breathe in. Let's breathe out. But I need you to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, okay? So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in, hold it. Breathe out. This is nothing. I'm only teaching you how to concentrate, how to put your attention from anything else and bring it right here. So if you did it properly, you realize that your attention went from everything else and your attention came straight here, right in this room, right where you find yourself, okay? Now that I have your attention, and now that your mind is off everything, because by now you shouldn't be thinking about anything else in your mind, I need you to lift the empty vessel. It's empty container, all right? There's nothing in. I need you to lift the empty container in front of you, okay? If you can't do it and you want to support it with two hands, whatever. Now, as a sign, okay, I need you to put your hand on your chest and say after me, let every pain, just repeat this after me, let every pain, let every hurt, let every bitterness, anything I'm holding in my heart, anything I'm holding in my heart, anything that anybody did to me, anything that I did to anybody, any pain, any bitterness in my heart, when I lift my hands and drop it in this box, let it leave my chest, let it leave my heart and fill this box. So we do it 7 times, okay? Now, when I say put it in, that lift it from your heart, put it in the box. You lift it gently from your heart and you put it in the box, okay? You lift it, let me show you. You lift it gently from your heart. Drop it. Lift. Drop. Lift. Drop. We'll do it 7 times, okay? remember the weight of the box. So maybe somebody pissed you off in the afternoon. Maybe somebody did something to piss you off. I'm just trying to relieve every pain, everything in this heart, in this organ. And I'm trying to teach you how to drop it in a box. Because there's a spirit living within you. And that spirit has the liberty to move outside of your heart. So you are cleansing yourself spiritually now. Okay, you lift it, you drop it. Remember the weight of the box. Don't forget, remember the weight of your box. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Put it on your heart. Think about everything that is in your heart, every pain, everything you haven't forgiven anybody. Think about it. Unforgiveness, whatever in your heart. Every bitterness, whatever in your heart. Remember the weight of the box. Now, lift. Drop it in a box. Back to your heart, your chest area. Lift. Drop it in your box. Come back. Lift. Drop it in your box. Come back. Lift. Drop it in your box. Come back. Lift. Drop it in a box. Come back. Lift. Drop it in a box. Come back. Last one. Lift. Drop it in a box. Come back to your chest. Now let everything else that is left in your heart, by the order of your hand and by the drop in the box, let everything that is left in your heart continue to fill this box, this vessel, this container in front of you. Okay. Now, you remember the weight of it, right? If you are tired, whatever it is, just support it with your two hands. If you're not tired, just hold on to it. Now, by the count of 7, you begin to feel, because even when you were dropping it in the box, the weight in the box kept increasing. Now, I need you to leave all your experiences, all your comments in the box. But you realize that the weight of the box kept increasing, right? Now, by the count of 7, the weight of the box will change from where it is now and increase drastically. And the minute you feel the weight in the box, feel your heart. Just keep quiet and feel your heart and check if there's any pain in your heart, okay? Are you ready? Now look onto the box. Just look at the box. Look at the box. Remember the weight. Look at the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now check the weight of the box. Check it. Is it increasing? The weight of the box is increasing, right? Everything in your heart is pouring in the box. Everything in your heart is pouring. It's just pouring. Everything in your heart is just pouring in the box. Because when you learn and understand spirituality, you can easily move everything else that is in your, because that is where sicknesses start from. Sicknesses does not start anywhere. It starts in the heart. It all starts in the heart. So when you learn to shift the pain, whatever it is in your heart, into an empty vessel in front of you, spiritually, your spirit begins to pick up that command and take out and offload everything within your chest. That is how come you are feeling that the box is getting heavy. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? I want you to leave all your comments in the box. If you feel it, put it down. Now tell me how you feel in your heart. Put the comments in the comment section. Just drop your comments in the comment section. Just tell me how you feel. Do you feel the same way you felt before you did this exercise? This is just exercise. I'm teaching you how to understand the duality of your being, your spirit self and your physical self. Now, let's do this second thing, okay? Now, I want you to look at the vessel that I told you to pick and put in front of you. Don't think about anything. Don't put your mind to anything. Don't think about anything. Just look at it. Don't think about anything. Just put your mind to it. Put your mind to it. Put your mind to it. As you are doing that, you begin to feel that there's another you that is leaving your body and sitting right by the bottle you've kept. So there's a bottle. Keep it like just 1 feet or something. No, just one feet, about 3 feet in front of you. About 2 feet, yes. Just look at it. Don't think about anything. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. Whether you feel it or not, don't worry. Just look at it. Just look at it. You feel that there's something moving from you. There's something moving from you and it's getting close to the box. If you feel it, leave the comments in the comment section. Do it again. Whenever you feel you don't feel it, do it again. Start it all over again. Just look at it. Don't say anything. Just look at it. Let your whole attention, don't say anything. Just let your whole attention be on the vase. You feel this energy. Some of you feel it heavy on your face. You feel like there's a stretch on your face. There's a stretch on your face trying to leave your face to get to the vase, right? Some of you feel it in your chest. So whilst you're sitting, just try to get to the vase. Try reaching to the vase without touching it, without moving. Just sit where you are. Sit at where you are and try and reach to the vase. You realize that all of a sudden your body, there's something, it's like a stretch. It's leaving you and it's trying to get to the vase. A stretch is leaving you and it's trying to get to the vase. Just some of you feel it very strong, intense on your face. Somebody on your chest area. Somebody, you literally see your body shift to the vase. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Anyway, if you didn't feel it, just keep trying it till you feel it. Remember, the first exercise is putting, now see, pick up the vase, put it, you see that it's become very light, right? It got heavy with time. Now when you put it there, it becomes very light. Today I just wanted you to understand that there's a double, you are not just this body. There's a spirit inside of you and there is a soul inside of you. You can project these things out of your body. That is how sometimes you can meet somebody and say, my spirit didn't connect. Because your spirit meets the people before they even come and introduce themselves. Your spirit, whenever you are walking on the street, your spirit can walk ahead of you and show you everywhere there's danger. So sometimes you get a feeling, don't sit here, don't pass here, don't go here, don't sit there, don't do this, don't do this. It's your spirit leaving your body and directing you. When you understand these things, you will never fall in danger. You will never fall in harm. Before you get to anywhere there's danger, your spirit will prompt you because you've learned to project it to walk in front of you, and it comes back to give you information of what is going on ahead of you. Listen, there's so much depth you are going to cover. Every week, every Friday, I will teach you something new that you didn't know before. Next week, I'll teach you how this body is a channel between the dimensions and the physical realm. And just as we moved to the vessel in front of us, or to the bottle in front of us, and just as you are able to move your emotions into this container, next week I want to teach you how to connect to the divine stream. To connect to the divine stream, okay? It's not going to take a day. Make sure you keep practicing it. If you didn't feel it today, make sure you keep practicing it over and over and over. I'll do the practicals and the teachings together every Friday, okay? Bless you. But before I go, I want to leave you with a video. I want to leave you with a video of a young man went into a house, broke into a house to steal something from an elder, and all that the elder did is to pick 2 brooms, put it together, 2 brooms. You'll see it in a video in a minute. 2 brooms, put it together and hold the neck of this young man and pull it. This is an elderly woman. And this young man couldn't free himself from these 2 brooms. This young man that is the power of a broom. When you can do it, listen, that is why I've started training you. That's why I've started teaching you these things. You can do it. When you start moving from this realm into the next realm, you can be able to do what this elder just did, or this elderly woman just did. You use 2 brooms, you channel enough energy in it, you put it together, nobody can break it. Nobody can break it asunder. Listen, it's more powerful than any handcuff. Watch this video. I'll see you next week. I love you. Don't forget, Identity Sunday is coming your way this Sunday. This Sunday is going to be packed. It's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss it for anything. I love you. Stay blessed. I leave you with this video. Stay spiritual. Keep practicing these things that I've taught you tonight, and we'll build on it next week. Take care.